Okay, in today's video we are going to deal with the third category of numeric function, that is date and time function. As we know it very well that we are dealing with single row function. That single row function is divided into three, that is numeric, string, and third one is date and time function. So right now we are going to deal with the third and the last one, that is date and time functions. Name onwards is clear that date and time means what? It will perform the task upon date and time type of data. As we know it very well that if we include date, then we make use of date as data type, right? So if any sort of functioning is to be done onto that date data type, so we are we will be seeing certain functions which can work upon that date and time data type. Okay, and we know it very well that the date which we use in MySQL is in this format, that is year, month and date. Year, month and date, and this is separated with the hyphen symbol. Okay, now let us see the very first one, that is cur date. This cur date means what? Current date. So what is meaning of this cur date function? It returns the current date in year, month and date format. So if we want to see what is the current date, means what is today's date, and we have written this in MySQL, we have written select cur date. Just see here in the example, select cur date function, so it will show you today's date. Okay, and you know it very well that date, time as well as string type, this is to be written within single quotes. So here you can find the answer is written in single quotes. Okay, so this is all about cur date. Cur date simply means what? It returns the current date in year, month and date format, and hyphen is to be included within this year, month and date. Okay, now let us check the second function. This is now function. Now see what is now function. Now returns the current date as well as the time. Now function returns the current date and time in year, month, date, hour, minute, second format. Okay, so if you want to check today's date as well as today's time, so what we'll do, we'll make use of this now function. Just check the example, select now function. So within single quotes you will find today's date with the current time. Okay, now third one is sysdate. Sysdate means what? System date. This is its full form is system date function. So what this sysdate does, it also returns the current date and time in hour, in date and time in year, minute, year, month, date, hour, minute, second format. Now see, if I say now and system date, they both perform exactly the same in the same manner. So what will be the difference? First of all, check the example. What we have written, select sysdate function. So again you will find the exact date and the exact time. So if I say now and sysdate, they both function exactly the same. So what will be the difference between these two? See, now function tells you the current time at which the system, at which the statement begin to execute. Now function tells you the time at which the statement begin to execute, and sysdate will tell you the exact time. Just imagine, suppose we have written select now function, and as soon as I have written select now function, the timing is 9:30, 9:30, 9:30, and then suppose 01 second. Now see, this is the time at which we started, at which we begin the statement, right? So time is 9:30 and then 0, suppose 01 second. Now I have written sysdate. I have written sysdate function. So sysdate function will tell you the time, the exact time, the exact sysdate will tell you the exact time just after writing this statement. Just imagine that right now the time is 9:30 and then 5 seconds. Sysdate will tell you that the current time is 9:30 and then 05 second. So this is difference between these two. Now function tells you can find the difference here. Now function tells you that that constant time at which statement begin to execute, and sysdate tells you the exact time. We can say sysdate tells you the current time. Okay. Next is date function. Now date is what, see, if we have a date, so date we know it very well, that is in year, month and date format. Okay, so if you particularly want the date part out of a date and time expression, so we will make use of this date type. So just see its meaning, it extracts the date part of a date or date time expression. Okay, just take an example, select date. The what is given within single quotes, you can find date as well as you can find the time. Suppose we want to extract the date. So what we'll do, we'll make use of this date function, and from this date part you can easily extract the date. So your answer will be the date part. Okay. Next function is month function. Now see, name of it is clear. Month means what? It will return the month. Obviously month, it will return the month in the numeric format, like 1 to 12. Okay, so let us see what is this month. It returns the numeric month from the date passed in the range 0 to 12. Ranges from 0 to 12. Now let us see the example. Select month, date is given. Now from this date you can easily, this is the year format, this is month, and the third one, this third category is your date. So here the month is what? 2. So 2 is your answer. Likewise, we'll check the next function. Next is year function. Now see, year is what? Again, suppose if we have a date expression, so out of that date, if we want to extract the year part, so what we'll do, we'll make use of the year function. It returns the year for the date passed in the range 0 to 9999. So say if example is given, select year 2010-02-26. So from this date, 2010 is the year. So you'll get your answer as 2010, which will be the year. Okay. Next is day name. Now see, day name is what? Again, name on what is clear. Name, day name is what? Name of the day. Okay. So if we want to extract the day name, then we'll make use of the day name function. Now just imagine your birth date. So your birth date, suppose your birth date is 20 May 2000. So 20 May 2000, suppose it is Tuesday. So that Tuesday is what? It is the day name. Let's take the example. Select day name. Say, this is misprint. It is select day name, and then this date is given. So that day is Tuesday. This is the seventh function, that is day name. Next is day of month. Day of month means what? Suppose today is 17th. So in out of 30 days or 31 days, today is the 17th day. So that 17th answer we will be getting by this function, that is day of month function. So it returns the day of month in the range 0 to 31. Okay, it will tell you that today is which day of this particular month. So take an example, we select day of month and then date is given. So it's easily understood that in 2009 July, this is month July, and onto this July month, this was 21st day. Okay, so this is day of month. Next is day of week. Now again, day of week means what? Suppose we know it very well that there are 7 days in a week. Suppose today is Thursday. So Thursday will be what? Thursday will be, if you want to know which day is Thursday, so you have to consider Sunday as 1. Sunday 1, the second Monday will be 2, and Tuesday will be 3, Wednesday will be 4, 5th will be Thursday. So we can say that Thursday is the 5th day of this week. Okay, so just take an example, select day of week 2009 7 and then 21st day. 21st is a date. So this will be the third. This will be third because mind is supposed to imagine that it's 1 is Sunday, 2 is Monday, so it was Tuesday. So Tuesday will be what? This is third day of that particular week. Okay, just remember that you have to consider 1 as Sunday. 10th function is day of year. Now we know it very well that there are 365 and 366 days in a year. In case of leap year it's 366 and in case of a non-leap year it is 365 days. Okay, so if we want to return the day of the year, so obviously it will be in the range 1 to 366. Okay, so let's take an example. Select day of year 2009 7 and then 21st, means 21st July 2009. Now first of all you will check whether 2009 is a leap year or not. Now how will check whether 2009 is a leap year? So the very first basic thing how we check for a leap year is what? We divide that particular year by 4, and if remainder comes out to be 1, that means it is a non-leap year. Okay, and suppose if I say 2020, 2020 is completely divisible by 4. That means 2020, that means this year, it is what? It is a leap year. So from here you can easily sort it out that this year will have 366 days. Okay, and suppose today is 19th June. So what we'll do? We'll count 31st days of January, 29 days of Feb, 31st days of March, 30 days of April, 31st days of May, and then 19 days of this month, that is June. So from here when you will add, so you will get the exact number that will tell you day of year. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all, and if not, so please do let me know and do prepare the notes. These functions are very important and we have already discussed these functions in our class 11th. Okay, so this is all about single row functions. Single row function, again I am telling you all that single row function deals with the single row, and obviously answer will be a single value. Okay, and this is classified into 3, that is numeric function, second is string function, and third is date and time function. Okay, so this is the first slot of function, that is single row function. Now second is what? What is second one? That is multiple row function, or we say it as aggregate functions. Okay, multiple row or aggregate function. Now see, what is this aggregate function? Aggregate functions are multiple row functions. So this is what multiple row function is. Simply that function which operate or which works upon multiple values and returns a single value. Multiple row function is that function which works on multiple rows and returns a single value. You can check its definition here. Okay, and there are certain functions which are multiple row type. They are max function, mean function, sum function, AVG stands for average function, and then fifth one is count function. Okay, so let us see what are these functions. Roughly I am telling you all meaning of these functions, and then in detailed format I am going to tell you about these functions in the next video. So the very first is max function. Suppose we have a table, that table is a student. Onto that student table we have 4 columns. The very first is roll number, name, gender, and then their marks. Okay, suppose I have to check who is the student with the highest marks. So if I particularly want to check that who got the highest marks, so how this will be shown, because we have to check for multiple rows and comparison will be done, and then you will get your answer, right? So if I say want to check the highest marks, we'll make use of max function. Okay, and you know it very well that extraction part is done using select statement. So you will make use of this statement as select max, in a bracket we have to check for marks. So what you will do is select max, bracket you will add a marks from table name, that is from student semicolon symbol. Using this statement you will get to know that who got the highest marks. Like this you can check for the minimum marks. So in place of max, we will make use of mean function. Okay. Likewise, suppose if I want to add the average marks of all students, so average, I think we all know very well that we'll add their marks and we'll divide that marks with the number of students, right? So we'll make use of AVG function. And suppose if I want to count how many students are there, so for that count, I'll make use of the count function. Clear? If I need to calculate this sum, suppose if 5 students are there and everyone got 90, 90, 90 marks, 90, 90, 90, and 80 and 75. If I want to calculate this sum, so obviously I'll make use of the sum function. Okay, I hope somehow this single row function and multiple row function is clear to you all. If not, then do let me know so that I can find some other way to teach you all and make the concept clear. Okay, prepare notes. MySQL chapter, we are about to finish this chapter. Just one major portion that's very important one is left, and just one topic, one chapter